Well, hello everyone. This is Carrie back with Family eBiz. I'm just a couple minutes late because I realized I'd forgotten to see if there was anyone requesting membership in our group. And since it's private, I needed to just double check with that. So I approved a few last minute members, so I'm glad you're here. Anyway, I am Carrie Beck with Family eBiz, and the reason I'm here today is to share what I have discovered. I spent over 2 hours today reviewing all of the Genius Blogger Toolkit. But before we get to that, let me just say a few words just about business and I've shared in a video a few weeks ago about how I added 2,600 people, and then I shared my story yesterday. You may have gotten it yesterday in your email. You may have gotten it this morning. I don't know. But my story said that I lost a big chunk of income on Memorial Day, and I really didn't know what was going to happen, and I thought, okay, God, I'm just going to trust in you. This will be a blessing. And so the next week I made $62. I was like, and 98 cents or 89 cents is pretty bad. I was like, you better just get yourself in gear, Carrie, and you better get going, because I needed to rechange my mindset. I needed to refocus where I'd been. I had focused so much on our ministry and our mission in El Salvador, and it wasn't that I wasn't making money with my blog or making money with my online business, but I needed to sort of like shift away and really go full-time into that. And so, you know, I rocked along the first few weeks, a little bumpy there, but by the end of June, personally, I think it was God blessing me, but I was doing the things that I knew I needed to do. I was putting the systems in place. I was following proven strategies that I truly believe work. And so that's what I want to share with you today. And I did share in my story yesterday, I made over $2,400 the last week of June. And then fast forward to last week of August, when I had my big event, and I was very afraid to do this event. There was a lot of fear. I had to overcome a lot of things in here to get that part of the business going. And so I just jumped out in June and said, yes, I'm going to do it, and just keep taking the next step. And that's what I did for 8 weeks. And I believe God bless me, God bless the homeschool moms. There are so many moms they're still sending me emails and notes about how encouraging that event was and how it's helped them be able to move forward. And it's helped them because now they have a community of like-minded homeschoolers that they feel very safe to ask questions. And I don't even have to answer all the questions. Yay. So that's been really good, because that community is at over 1,900 people right now. And like I said, I made over 38 or something like that the last week of August. So I share that not to brag, but to say the things that I am sharing with you are proven strategies. So let's just talk about some of them. And if you pop on in the middle of this, feel free to leave a note just saying who you are and what niche you're in, or if you have a question, that would be great too. But I am going to share some of my favorite resources that I have discovered in the Genius Blogger Toolkit, and I will highlight the ones that I am personally going to use myself. And we're just going to go down the list. It's pretty much by category, alphabetical order, so no particular order. The first one is affiliate marketing, and I have actually been very successful. We were not very successful in affiliate marketing years and years ago, but the last year or two, I have actually been one of the top affiliate on the leaderboard for several events and for several affiliate programs, even in Ultimate Bundles. A few times I have been up there on the leaderboard, and so I do know what to do, but I found a program, let me grab this, that I'm going to review because I think I could still improve a little bit. It's VIP Affiliate Superstars Toolkit by Leanne Scott. It normally sells for $85. I'm just going to show you a few of the printables you can get, and this is one of my favorite. It is a template for blog posts that you can get. And so this is for a gift guide or a list, and it says catchy title, introduction, and then each of these explain what to do. Here's a comparison chart. Then you also get a template for a product tutorial, if you do a tutorial, and what you should include on that blog post. Product comparison, A versus B. And then the last one is the perfect interview about that particular affiliate program. Each one has the skeleton and the explanation. I really love that. She has many checklists. I just printed that one out. The other thing I really like about her, she has some videos in there, but she has how to use a planner. She has a planner that has, well, over 74 pages. And then it goes through. I love this because they're fill in the blanks. So pages 11 to 40 are for you to plan their content. 41 is to start planning your affiliate sales. 42 to 44 shows you how to plot your blog, your social, your ad revenue, and your income statistics. Then we plot our to-do list, focus your business and your life goals. That's really what's important. Why are you doing this? What is your goal? Is it just to make money? That's not a very motivating goal. You need a bigger goal than that. And so I would say I have a goal, and one of those goals is to actually help homeschool moms, to help moms and wives that have brokenness in their life. I've been doing a lot that I didn't know I was going to do, and it just started this summer after I lost that income. And so I've got a whole avenue, a new avenue of people that I'm working with. Anyway, she has a whole planner. I didn't print out the fill in the blank part, but that's what it is. All right, let's move on to content creation. And that I would say is for anyone that's going to move into affiliate sales. Let's move into content creation. There are two resources I would recommend. Content Scaling Success. I'm going to look a little bit at this. It's all about outsourcing. When you get to the point that you've made enough money that you can outsource and get some help, then you can scale your business. And so Content Scaling Success, it normally sells for $47, gives you a content calendar. I don't have printouts for everything. It also is going to help you with freelancing and figure out where to go get these outsourcers and how do you do it. One thing I really like is if you're going to outsource articles, there is a form that they give you can use on Google, and people can just use it. You can tweak it. You don't have to come up with scratch. The other content creation program, and there were several I liked, is Cindy Biter's Content Creation Blueprint. Fast and easy strategies to write more, sell more, but work less. There was so much in there. But one of the things I really liked was her content promotion checklist. And so this is just a good reminder, and I'm probably going to use it so that when I have content, a blog post or a sale or a webinar that I need to promote, here's a whole list of the things that I need to be doing. And I may not do every one, but it just sort of depends on your market. She has tons of checklists. The other thing, and she has case studies to let you see how you can sort of work this in your business. The other thing I like about her is she uses Trello. Trello saved my life. I actually bought a program from Kate Doster back in May, I think, and it was just Trello boards. And you know what Trello is? Trello is basically an organization tool. So my VA and I use it. I can go in, pop a job on as soon as I think about it, and then all she has to do is move it when she's doing it, and then she moves it to done. And I can see exactly what she's doing. If she has questions or if we need to share screenshots, it's awesome. So let's talk about creating and selling products. Jennifer Maker has a product called Course Crush Quick Start. It's a tongue twister. How to pick crazy awesome course topics people love. So if you're trying to come up with a course, I would highly recommend it. She over delivers. I looked at the course. There's not a lot of printables, lots of videos, lots of things to read in her course, and so things to help you as well. So I highly recommend that. If you're a beginner, this would be a good place to start just to help you pick maybe what direction, what niche you want to go to. And then if you're an intermediate blogger, I would encourage you to look at Create Your Digital Product Launch Plan. This normally sells for $297, and I am telling you, it was overwhelming. There was so much content. So when you are ready to launch a product, I would go use Kaylee's program. You will get videos. You'll get an 8-week planner, and it will go, each video is for each week and what you are doing to be able to prepare for your launch. Very good program. The other one that's not listed there is mine, but I feel like that's where it would be a better place, and it's Plan Your Money-Making Webinar to Make Sales Over and Over Again. So it's listed under videos, and I get why they did that, but really my webinar course is more about creating a webinar that will sell and make you money over and over and over again. We'll talk a little, well, let me just talk about it now, and then we won't have to, but basically what I have are, it's 8 or 9 steps, I think. You can do it 1 week at a time if you need to do it in bite-sized chunks, but you go in there, you watch the little 4 to 6 minute video, there is a written lesson, and then there's a workbook page. And I thought, oh, you printed everyone else's workbook pages, you didn't print your own. The workbook pages are the secret sauce. If you don't do the workbook pages, you're not going to go anywhere, but it will really help you decide your title, how do we organize a webinar, how do we promote a webinar, where do we go to promote a webinar, and a little bit of the tech issues, and then some of my favorite resources. Then once you get that webinar all done, then you can just repeat it. For me and my homeschool group, I will tell you, webinars are one of my biggest drivers of traffic and sales. So I've actually started doing a webinar every single week. So I don't do a whole 8-week launch, but I do things and I just vary my topics. I was in a group last week and they were talking about how they were really interested in my Raising Leaders Not Followers program. So next week I just rearranged the schedule and said, oh, we'll do that one. And so I already have my emails and everything all planned, and that's what you're going to learn. They're all planned out already, and I just have to repeat it over and over. And you start with just one webinar that you can sell with over and over and over again. All right, the next one is email. You've heard me talk many times about email and the importance of email. We need to be able to get people on our email list, and so there is a program in here called Opt-in Magic by Tracy Lynn and Carolyn Vinsel. And it has everything you need to do to be able to get your opt-in and your freebie, your lead magnet, whatever you want to call. They also have several checklists. I really like this one, Lead Magnet Brainstorm. And it says, well, if we're going to, a checklist fits this type of freebie. A workbook fits this kind. A challenge fits this. And so a checklist would fit something that takes the takeaway is a whole list of steps that you talk about in your blog post. So they take the freebie, they relate it to the blog post and what you are going to actually offer. The other thing that I really like about this, and I may use this anyway, is how do we optimize our blog posts for SEO? Now there's a whole SEO course I'm going to talk about, but this gives you just a quick checklist of things that you need to be looking for when you're optimizing your blog post that is giving away your freebie. The other one I like about email, and I would say Opt-in Magic, start, once you get your website up and going, the first thing you need to do is start building your email list, and you need a freebie to do that. That's for beginners. And it's probably for anyone that's not doing a opt-in. The other course I just love, and I can't wait to follow into, is Kate Doster's Welcome Series in a Weekend. Now I have some welcome emails, but I really want to go and look at what she has to offer and see if I'm lining up with what it is and see how I can actually improve my welcome series, because some of them aren't really that great. And so what I love about her is she gives you 10 emails. So we've got the Power 5 and Authority Builder emails that she gives you exactly. And then for each one of those, and I just picked one of them, I wish this was in color. She does it in color. She tells email 2, here's what it's going to do. Here's when you send it 24 hours after your freebie. And then here's your template, your subject line, well, hello again. And then anything that's in this light shaded part right here, you are supposed to fill in about your niche, about what you do. And so it's a real template that you just enter in the little information and it continues to the next page. And these are Word documents, so you can use them. You know, whatever your action tip was, there you go, your most active social media channel. You just fill it in using her wording. And then she gives you another one to do the same thing. I'm super excited about this. If you want to work on your email marketing, how you use email, I highly recommend using Kate's. And you know, all of these categories have a whole bunch of courses. Like, it took me time to figure out which one I thought was really the best and which one I needed. Here's one I really like for brand new bloggers. It is Bob Lotus 28-day blog launch calendar. And you're going to get pages like this. This is day 3 and 4 out of 28 days. Set up your WordPress blog with your domain. And he tells you exactly what to do. Make it simple as possible. Purchase your domain and hosting through your host. Then here's a video he offers and where you can find it. And if you're curious, here's how you could do a self-hosted WordPress. So he tells you exactly what to do for 28 days to get your blog up and going with amazing content. I don't have any pictures of this, but there are 2 graphic programs that I really recommend. One is 100 unique lifestyle stock images for bloggers. I've looked at some of them. I'm going to have to take some time to actually go through them, but I would go through and I would just save the ones you plan to use in a separate folder. And that way, wherever your images you keep are, they'll be right there for you. That normally sells for $97. But the other one I'm excited to look at, I love making images. Pinterest is my #1 driver of traffic. And so I really am always looking for good images that will show well on Pinterest. There is, of course, the Image Lab Core, and it sells for normally $395, and it actually uses the word image for the 4 or 5 parts of how you want to set up an image so it gets shared, so it does well on Pinterest or on Instagram. You don't have to be a graphic designer to use it. And what I like is she gives you some real clues about how to look at images and see if it's a good image or not. And then let's say you have a horizontal image, but you need it to be a vertical image because you want to use it for Pinterest. She shows you exactly what you can do to make that type of image so that you can turn a horizontal into vertical, and a lot of other tips as well. So those are my graphic design courses that I would recommend. Mindset, I will tell you, I wasn't really as impressed with some of them, but one of them is called the Intentional Influencer. Some of you may go, no, I'm not going to look at that because it says, make an impact as a Christian in business and or ministry. And you see that word Christian and you're like, I'm going to tell you what, whether or not you need to consider, are you influencing people? Are you serving people? And if you are, you need to look at some of her ideas. She talks about being intentional, but then she also goes through and covers things like your website, communication and writing, communication and speaking. How do we get paid and how do we keep going? Here's one of her 10 tips for intentional website. Keep it clean, simple, user-friendly, white space, and have an opt-in. Okay? Now, I would personally like the Christian because I'm a faith person. My faith is in Jesus, so I'm going to follow that. But for others, you may not, but I bet you could learn some things from it. So if you're looking at trying to become very intentional and focused with your business, with your blog, I would recommend that. If you're just like messed up and you're really afraid and you can't take that next step, you have lots of doubts and you're just not sure about moving forward, can I really make money? Is it worth my time? There is an ebook called The Essential Blogger Mindset Handbook, and this is the book you need to read. I mean, it's probably not going to take you but an evening to read it. Read it, soak in what it has. It has some really good concepts and some good things for you to consider so that you can sort of overcome your mindset things. This is where it all starts. All right, let's talk about networking and growth. There is one about VAs. I wouldn't recommend it. It just seems very simple and doesn't give you enough content. Just don't look at that one. But if you are an advanced blogger and you are ready to start working with brands, there is an ebook called A Blogger's Guide to Working with Brands. Start earning even more money with your blog. And this one is excellent. I am actually going to use it. I'm a brand myself, but I want to work with other brands. So this is one I will be looking at and reading. There is another one about pitching yourself to brands. It may have some good content, but it had black background and white writing, and I just had a hard time working through that. That's just trying to keep it honest here. All right, we're almost done. Podcast and video. There is a podcasting course, and I actually forgot to write it down, so that is the one I would recommend. Plan your money-making webinar, again, to make sales over and over. I've already talked about that. That's my course. I will help you any way I can to get your webinar up and going and making sales over and over again. Almost done. Productivity, I've already mentioned it. Trello tracking board for Genius Bloggers Toolkit. Get that Trello thing. It organizes me and my VA. And then when we had a team with Homeschool Superheroes, we had a board that was just set up for that. The cool thing is my VA may do a task, like she may be putting up blog posts on Facebook, and then she's finished for a month. And then I can just pull that thing over and you just like drag and drop it, and then she goes back to doing that again. Social media, there's a lot out there. The one I'm going to take a look at is Profitable Facebook Group Workshop. I actually have built my Facebook group from April to now, and it has 1,900 people, and it is very active. We, during Homeschool Superheroes, we were actually ranking on Google and Facebook. People were saying, oh, I found you on Facebook, I found you in Google. So I want to see what she has to say, because she says create and leverage a group to build community and increase sales. I would like some more tips on how I can create community. My people are excited. I would like this group to be like that homeschool group. So I need to take some of that and turn it into this family eBiz group as well. Pinterest Marketing 101. I'm going to tell you, this is so awesome that I'm going to become an affiliate for it. I do Pinterest, I do it well. I don't always keep up with everything, but it seems to keep going. But I will tell you a few things that I like. She starts at the beginning and goes straight through and explains all of Pinterest, Pinterest Marketing 101, everything that you need to know about it. But the other thing I like is she's very current. There's an hour workshop in this course on the changes in the Pinterest algorithm, and I will be watching that. This course normally sells for $197, but it's included in the toolkit, which is $97. Very good course. Pinterest, and it debunks all the myths. If you think Pinterest in for your niche, think again. All right, traffic and SEO. Everyone's looking for how do we get more traffic and SEO to our website. Holiday Spike is here, and I bet all of us could figure out some ways that we could use the holidays to increase our sales. I'll be looking at that because I do have some holiday stuff. If you are a seasonal holiday blogger, this would be a great place to start. It normally sells for $75. But here's my #1 course in the whole toolkit that I'm going to go and look at. I am going to look at the welcome messages. I'm going to, that one is really big, but this one, SEO Jumpstart, search engine optimization for bloggers. Normally sells for $197. Guess what? We used to teach SEO, and I still do okay with SEO, but I want to get better at it because it has changed since the times that I used to do it. There's all different things and algorithms, and I really need to know what to do. This person starts, her name is Eb. She starts from the beginning. What is SEO? How does it work? How do we use this plugin? And I used the Yoast plugin already, but how does it work? And it continues, and there were like 11 modules, and I thought I wrote them all down, but I didn't. All I can say is SEO Jumpstart, good for intermediate and advanced ones. If you're beginning, just get your content out there, and as soon as you get 10 blog posts, go take a look at SEO Jumpstart. Excellent, excellent course. And then the last one is tech. I would skip the new blog in tonight, and I would go to the WordPress Studio by Katie Grazer. It normally sells for $147. This course is video, and it'll show you exactly how to set up your WordPress. It also includes 30 mini WordPress tutorials that will go in depth in different ways. And she talks about, here's the settings, here's the pages, here's the post, here's the analytics, here's the this, that, and the other. She's going to go through everything. Now that is a whole bunch, and that is a lot longer than I really wanted to go. I probably should have done this in 2 videos, but I decided to do it all in one, and I will probably list the minutes of where I talk about each section, so it's very easy. I'll be posting this on my blog also to make it really easy for everyone to see it. I know some people are not Facebook people. So if you have any questions about a product in Genius Blogger Toolkit, or if you're just not even sure if it's a good fit for you, leave a comment, send me a message. I do want to say this before I finish. If you use the link that I've given you, you'll get my brand new course, How to Make Sales on Repeat. How do you take a product and turn it from a one-time launch to an evergreen product? That's what it's all about. And so I actually just finished getting it all on Teachable, and I'll be sending that out to those of you who have already used my link. You have to click that link and immediately buy. If you don't, then you aren't using my link, and you may be using some other blogger, some other affiliate's link, which is fine, but you wouldn't be able to get that post. So click on my link and immediately go there. You'll be learning about sales pages. You'll learn about how the email list work. How do we evaluate and see if this is a good resource or a good, can you talk? A good product to sell over and over again, and how do we review and rebuild it if it needs a little rebuilding. So I am Carrie Beck with Family eBiz. Y'all have a great day and a great weekend.